Have you ever felt a connection so deep, so profound, that it felt like a divine sign? A message from above, maybe. That's exactly what Sarah thought when she met David online. He wasn't just another profile picture and a bio. He was a man of God, a missionary serving in a remote village in Africa. His words were like a balm to her soul. He'd quote scripture, not just in passing, but in a way that spoke directly to what she was going through. They started talking every day, first through messages, then calls, and eventually video chats. He had this warm, reassuring smile, and his eyes seemed to hold a genuine kindness. He'd show her the sun setting over the savannah, describe the children he was teaching, and paint a picture of a life dedicated to service. For Sarah, a devout woman who had been feeling a bit lost, David felt like an answer to a prayer. He understood her faith, he shared her values, and he made her feel seen and cherished. They would pray together over video, their voices joining across thousands of miles. Sarah would close her eyes, listening to his deep, earnest prayers for her happiness and well-being, and she felt a peace she hadn't experienced in years. It wasn't just a friendship, it was blossoming into something much more. She started to fall for him, for the man he was, and for the life he was leading. It felt so real, so blessed. One evening, David came to her with a heavy heart. He spoke about his dream, a project that was deeply important to him and the community he served. He wanted to build a school. He described the children, their bright, eager faces, and their thirst for knowledge. He explained how a proper school building would protect them from the rainy season, give them a safe space to learn, and open up a future they could otherwise only dream of. He showed her architectural sketches he'd supposedly drawn up himself. It was a beautiful, noble cause. He wasn't just asking for help. He was inviting her to be a part of this incredible mission. He said, "With your help, Sarah, we can make this miracle happen. You would be a founding pillar of this sanctuary of learning." He wasn't pushy or demanding. He presented it as a shared dream, a testament to their faith in action. He told her that any amount would be a blessing, but he also detailed how different sums could contribute so much for the foundation, so much for the roof, so much for desks and books. He made it all sound so concrete, so achievable. Sarah looked at her savings. For years, she had been putting money aside, waiting for a meaningful purpose to invest it in. And what could be more meaningful than this? Building a school, helping children, and supporting the man she was beginning to love. It felt like her life's calling was finally clear. After much prayer and consideration, Sarah made her decision. She felt a surge of joy and purpose as she went to the bank. She was not just sending money, she was sending hope. She was building a future for children she would never meet, all in the name of God and in partnership with David. She transferred $15,000. It was a significant portion of her life savings, but in that moment, it felt like the best investment she had ever made. She sent David a message with a picture of the transfer receipt, her heart swelling with pride. He replied almost instantly, his words overflowing with gratitude. He called her his angel, his partner in faith. He promised to send her updates, photos of the construction, and videos of the children's faces when they saw their new school. For the next 2 days, Sarah was walking on air. She felt like she had done something truly good in the world. Then the messages stopped. At first, Sarah wasn't worried. David was in a remote area, after all. Internet could be spotty. A day went by, then 2. She sent a few messages. "Hey, just checking in. Hope everything is okay." No reply. The single checkmark next to her messages on the app turned into a constant, nagging symbol of silence. She tried calling. The call wouldn't go through. She tried his video chat. No answer. A cold knot of dread started to form in her stomach. She went back to his profile, the one filled with pictures of his supposed mission work. She clicked on it, and a stark, blank page loaded with a simple message, "User not found." Panic set in. She frantically searched his name, the name of his mission, anything she could remember. It was all a dead end. Every path led to a digital ghost. The profile had been deleted. The phone number was disconnected. David, the man of God, the missionary, the man she had prayed with and planned a future with, had vanished. The warmth and hope he had brought into her life evaporated, replaced by a chilling, gut-wrenching realization. The school, the children, the mission, it was all a lie. He hadn't just taken her money. He had taken her faith and twisted it into a weapon against her. He had used the language of her soul to con her. The scriptures he quoted, the prayers they shared, the amens they said together, it was all part of a holy scam, a performance designed to exploit her deepest beliefs. The devastation was absolute. It wasn't just about the $15,000. That was a blow, a painful one, but what hurt more was the betrayal. How could someone use God's name for such a cruel deception? Sarah felt foolish, ashamed, and heartbroken. The world, which had seemed so full of divine possibility just a week before, now felt dark and cynical. The scammer knew exactly which words to use. He knew that for someone like Sarah, faith was a source of strength and trust, and he used that trust to break her. He knew how to say amen, but he didn't understand a single word of what it meant. This story is a heartbreaking reminder that scammers are evolving. They don't just target your bank account, they target your heart and your beliefs. Romance scams, especially those that use religion as a tool, are incredibly insidious because they exploit the very best parts of us, our capacity for faith, hope, and love. These criminals are masters of manipulation, spending weeks or even months building trust before they ever ask for a single penny. They create elaborate stories and personas, often preying on people who are lonely, compassionate, or going through a difficult time. If you are ever in a relationship with someone you've only met online, it is crucial to remain vigilant. Be wary if they ask for money, no matter how compelling or emotional their story is. Never send funds, gift cards, or cryptocurrency to someone you haven't met in person. A common tactic is to claim they are working overseas as a soldier, a doctor on a humanitarian mission, or in this case, a missionary to explain why they can't meet and why they might need financial help. Always verify their identity. You can do a reverse image search of their profile pictures to see if the photos have been stolen from someone else's account. And most importantly, talk to people you trust in your real life. Share what's happening with friends or family. A fresh perspective from outside the emotional bubble of the online relationship can help you spot red flags you might have missed. Recovering from a scam like this is about more than just the financial loss. The emotional toll can be immense, leading to feelings of shame, isolation, and a crisis of faith. It is vital to remember that you are the victim of a calculated crime. It is not your fault. The shame belongs entirely to the scammer who exploited your kindness. If you or someone you know has been a victim of a scam, please report it to the authorities. In the U.S., you can report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, or IC3, and the Federal Trade Commission. Reporting not only helps law enforcement track these criminals, but also prevents them from harming others. And if you are struggling with the emotional aftermath, please reach out for help. Talk to a therapist, a trusted friend, or a support group. There are organizations specifically dedicated to helping scam victims heal and rebuild their trust. Remember, your capacity for faith and love is a beautiful thing. Don't let the actions of one deceitful person extinguish that light. True faith is resilient, and so are you. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more true stories that raise awareness. Stay safe out there.